Welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you guys are having great time. In this video, we are going to check the activity life cycle. Open your Android Studio. Create a new project. Select empty activity. Click on next. Give name as activity life cycle. Click on finish. So in your application, each and every activity has its own lifespan where it goes through the 7 stages. We are going to check all these 7 stages in this application. Okay, your application is ready. Here we have already one overridden method named as onCreate. Then for our convenience we will add one toast message so that when this method is called we can get the alert or we can get the prompt message on your screen. Here we will write on create method. Let's copy the entire statement. After that we have on start method. Here we will write on start method. Then we have on pause method. On pause method. On resume method. On stop method. On restart method. And then on destroy method. Now let's run this so that you will get the complete idea. Yes, see, on create, then on start, then on resume. First method get called, which is on create method, then activity gets started, and then activity is resumed to process its work. Then let me minimize this so you get on pause method and on stop method, then on restart method, and again start, and again resume. Now if we exit, then on pause method, because your app is still in the memory. Now if we exit this, then we get on stop method and on destroy method. So if you want to use all these methods, you can use it according to your requirement. If your application is having less scope, then you should not use all these methods. But if you are developing high level application, like you are developing online shopping application, then you might be required all these methods to be override. So this is how activity lifecycle works. Welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you guys are having great time. In this video we are going to check the concept of linear layout and relative layout. Open your Android Studio. Create a new project. Select empty activity, click on next, and here name it as layout demo. Yes, application is loaded completely. Now what we'll do, we'll learn relative layout first and then we'll go for linear layout. For that, let me change it to relative layout. Let me change the view. Yes, here we have coding as well as output. Now we will add 3 buttons: button with width as a match parent and height as a 80 dp. Then we'll assign id btn1 and text button1. Okay. Now let me copy this. Now click on Alt, Control and L so that your code is get aligned automatically. Change it to button 2 and this will be button 2. If you observe, we have 2 buttons on XML file, but while displaying we have only one, which is button 2. So here button 1 is hidden behind the button 2. Now see, if I write in button 2 layout below and button 1, so button 2 will get aligned below of button 1. Similarly, if we create button 3, id will be 3 and text will be button 3. So here you can observe button 2 is hidden behind button 3. So here we will change it to button 2. Now you will get all these buttons one by one below each other. Here let's change it to 100 dp for every button. Now I want to align these 3 buttons one by one right to each other. So button 2 is right of button 1 and button 3 is right of button 2. So here we need to do one change. Instead of layout below, we have to write this property layout underscore to right of. Yes, here let's copy this. Yes, all these buttons are aligned one by one right to each other. So this relative layout works on the concept of relative position. This is implemented with the help of controls. Now let's check the concept of linear layout. Let me change it to linear layout. Here we have two options as our orientation. Number one is horizontal, number two is vertical. So here these right two of options will not work. So let me remove this. So here change it to vertical. So all these options are under one by one. If I change it to horizontal, these options are arranged in linear fashion in horizontal way, and for vertical we have linear fashion in vertical. So this is how your linear layout works. Welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you guys are having a great time. In previous video we have seen the concept of relative layout and linear layout. In this video we will check the concept of table layout. Let's cut this. Here we have one element called as table row, where this row has three elements: button 1, button 2 and button 3. Now let's add another row. Add again, change it to button 4, button 5 and button 6. Let's add another row where we have button 4, button 5, button 6. Then if we add multiple rows, these rows will come under one by one. So this is how you can implement table layout. Welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you guys are having great time. In this video we are going to check the concept of list by using list view. For that, create your application. List view demo, finish. Here we are going to display a list of subjects by using one string array. To create one string array, we'll use our resources. Go to the resources folder, values, and then strings.xml. Here you need to create one array, string array, give name as subjects. Here you need to add values. C, then C++, then Java, PHP and C#. You can add further options if you want. Now we will create variables, but before that we'll add list view to our activity. We'll give width as match parent and height as wrap content. That means if n number of values are available, list will carry all n values and it will be displayed as a scrollable control. So we'll give one id, list subjects, then here now we will create two variables. First one is list view, second one is array. Now retrieve the list view, r.id.list subjects. Here we need to create one array adapter for string data type, and will add list of subjects in that adapter and will bind that adapter to a particular list view. Let's check how we can implement this. Array adapter string, because subject name is in string format. Let's give a name adapter equal to new adapter string. Here we need to pass first parameter as context, because we are binding list view to this activity. Then we need to add layout file, as we are implementing standard layout. So we'll use this android.r.layout.simple list item _1, and in that list we will display one subject name which is in string format, so it will act as one text view. So for this we need to add android.r.id.text1. so this will work as one text box, and here next parameter is to pass the array. So we'll take it from string.xml. so our array name is subjects. So how we can retrieve values from string.xml? Get resources dot get string array r dot array dot array name, which is subjects, because we have initialized one array with the name subjects. Let's end this, and we need to pass these subjects as a last parameter. Now list view dot set adapter, and we'll pass the adapter object. So let's run this. Yes, we have our list, as we have mentioned our subjects in the strings.xml. Now let's add one more subject. Python. Now let's run it again. Yes, Python is added. Now if we click on this, we are not getting anything, so let's implement click listener on this. go to the main activity.java, list view dot set on item click listener, new adapter view dot on item click listener. Now here we will get the value from subject array with the help of position. So let's add one toast. Here we'll write message as you clicked on subjects, and we'll pass the position. Let's run this. Clicked on C#, you clicked on Java. So this is how you can implement list view.
Don't forget to subscribe and press bell icon for new updated videos. Like and share videos with your friends.